So, my country's trying to fuck up another thing that I thought I could rely on. Privacy. So for those of you who don't know, my country is the Great Upside Down, the outback of Australia. And on the internet, we're known for three things. This cunny fun, excessive drinking, and putting the word cunt into every sentence we can. But you know what we're not so known for? Our civil liberties and our freedoms. Yay! Freedom of speech? Pfft, what's that? Self-defense. Oh, no. Of course you can have self-defense. Here, what we'll do is we'll actually implement a law of equal force. So if someone comes at you with a knife, you can fight them back. Oh, but you can't carry a knife in public. So shame if you get mugged in public. Our border control is doing pretty good though. Probably helps that there ain't any cunts living around our border though. Except New Zealand, but who the fuck cares about New Zealand? That's a joke. Joke. You guys got better gun laws, so we'll call it even. But, oh well, what's this? The government wants access to personal information at the tip of a hat? Oh, and if you don't comply, they'll fine you $10 million. Yay! Oh boy, now where do I start with this one? So, first of all, does anybody remember those old, like, FBI man memes? You know, you start jerking it to some lolly porn, and then suddenly you get a message from your local FBI agent telling you to cease that degeneracy? Yeah, well, that's the government when it's being sneaky. You know, like a little peeping Tom trying to get a glimpse of that good shit on the other side of that glory hole. But our fucking government just wants to kick the fucking door down, walk right in, see everything you got, and then when you try to complain about it, say, you can't do that. Off to the fucking gulag. But I mean, if you guys just want my dick pics, all you have to do is ask. Actually, I just realized, is this just a ploy to get big tech giants to pay off the fucking debt that the government's putting us in? But my micro-penis aside, the government thinks it should have access to all information that it deems reasonable and proportionate. But if somebody tries to whistleblow that information isn't quite reasonable and proportionate, they can end up in jail for 10 years. I mean, that'll teach you to start questioning the regime. Oh, sorry. I've really got to avoid trying to exaggerate the situation as it is. I mean, it's not like the government is taking away our rights through laws, jailing people who try to question the government, finding the... People think Trump is fascist, you should get a load of this shit. Now, am I saying they are Nazis? No. Am I saying that these laws ring silence? Shut the fuck up, phone. Am I saying that these laws ring kind of familiar? Well... Enough about that, though. Let's analyze this on a deeper level. Essentially what the government says the issue is right now is that a lot of their investigations when it comes into criminal cases and etc really are getting impeded because tech giants won't give up this information to them quick enough for them to really act with it, or at all. And things like Apple phones with their inbuilt encryption and these new VPNs that are coming out that are completely, make you completely anonymous, they really do stop investigations from continuing because they impede the ability for them to access information that could lead to an arrest. But in true Australian fashion, instead of designing a reasonable law that would say something along the lines of, look, there's a criminal investigation going here, give up the information for us, they've just decided, nah, we're going to install a backdoor that gives us access whenever we want, however we want, to any information that we want. So yes, let's be clear. When I say they will have unimpeded access to all information, I mean they literally will have access to all information shared online. This means messages back from when you were fucking 12. You don't remember that shit, but the government sure does. And let's be honest, we all said some dodgy shit when we were fucking 12. And this is especially terrifying for people in Australia because we have a fucking hate speech law. So they could go through any of your information, any of your messages, and if they don't like you, they could arrest you for hate speech on the spot. Well, maybe not arrest you, but they definitely will fine you, and if you don't pay that fine, you get arrested, Count Dankula style. They'd have access to every single message that you've sent, every single photo that you've sent, every single thing that you've thought online, every single website that you've clicked. Could you imagine? Clearing your history wouldn't work with these guys. And to fucking top it all off, they would have access to your bank information. There's something called spyware, which hackers try to get onto every fucking device you own so they can get this information. The government is trying to get that implemented legally. And all of you people sitting in your other countries thinking, oh, that would never happen here. We are most orthodox with our government. This shit is gonna hit you too, because using our laws, they are going to be able to access information like a funnel straight to you. And government information leaks all the fucking time. So how long would it take until the government leaks information about fucking some random dudes access information into your network, and now they have access to all of your details of every citizen? Literally a fucking hour of a leak. Like, if that leak stayed open for an hour, it would fuck you up. Because again, let's make this clear. They want a backdoor that gives them unimpeded access to all information. No limitations, no restrictions, and a huge fucking possibility for oversight. And at the end of the day, they are the ones who get to choose what information you actually keep for yourself. You don't get to choose that. You don't get to say, hey, this is private. No, they tell you what you can keep private. But hey, that's just my 2 cents for a political issue. This is my new little series I'm gonna call Behind the Desk. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're in Australia, I would highly advise going to your representative, whether it's local, state, or federal, and I would submit a tiny little letter saying, hey, fuck off with this shit. No, but it's serious though. You need to contact your MP. I'm 18. I'm turning 19, so I'm legally able to vote on this. So I'm contacting my MPs now, and I would advise you to do the same. So yeah, we really need to, this is a serious issue. This is going to affect a lot of people, and it's going to fuck things up. I actually am really scared that this is going to be a legitimately bad thing that's going to backfire on everyone in the world because of hackers. Man, it's a pretty intense video. The only reason I'm shitting this thing out is because my audio on my last video died.